Hi everyone, Human here at Bixpy, and today I'm excited to introduce yet another adapter that is going to help us mount our Bixpy jets to kayaks that are otherwise almost impossible to mount a motor to. We call this the peel and bond adapter, and we're going to use this adapter today to show you how to mount the Bixpy jet onto an Oru kayak. This adapter is perfect for kayaks that are either soft-bodied in terms of being able to mount a hard adapter to, or you just don't have any options of screwing holes in them or mounting anything onto the body of the kayak. So we're going to open up the adapter, show you what's included, and then we're going to go ahead and install it and put the motor on there as well. All we need for that is a Phillips screwdriver to get this job done. So let's get started. Inside the package, we have our fin box adapter with the very heavy bond double-sided tape already affixed. We have our standard slide and lock fin box adapter that'll ultimately slide into there. We do have a set of nuts and bolts for the K1 motor, and we also have an instructional pamphlet in there that will give you a few details about how to install this adapter to hard surfaces. So the most important thing for successful installation is to make sure your surface is prepped. So the most important thing is the temperature and environment you do this in. You do want to be indoors and you want reasonable temperature, ideally room temperature, for the bonding to occur. The bonding takes about 72 hours to create full contact, and that 72 hours needs to be in about room temperature. So keep that in mind. The next thing we want to do is make sure the surface we're attaching the heavy bond to is very clean. No grease, no dust or anything else. So I've got some rubbing alcohol here, and we're just gonna spray that with rubbing alcohol and wipe it really nice and clean. This kayak was already clean, obviously, but you gotta make sure that surface is nice and clean and dry. And we're gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes for that alcohol to evaporate, and then go ahead and put that adapter on there. Now that we have our surface prepared, we're in a warm environment, everything is clean, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the fin box to the surface of the kayak. Now, this is the front of the kayak, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the opening pointing to the front of the kayak. And normally what I would do is mark down where this adapter would have to sit on the kayak. But in this case, I've got it pretty easy. I do have a guide from Oru on the back here. This is the Oru bumper that's installed on the kayaks when you receive your kayak. And I also have these two fold lines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and align this right up against that bumper and right in between my two lines. So I don't really have to do much calculating and measurements here. It's already pretty set up for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and peel that backing off and slowly install the adapter. One thing to remember, this is a soft adapter to some degree, so sometimes you might get it and there may be small bends in it. It's very, very easy to fix that. You just get a hair dryer, you warm it up a little bit, and you make sure it's as flat as you can get it before you install it. The flatter this is and the flatter the surface is, the easier and the less weight and pressure you have to put on the system when you're putting this on. All right guys, so we want to peel this back, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna position this here as we just saw, right up behind that bumper. Gonna make sure we're nice and straight, and we're gonna follow these lines that's on the corrugated plastic, which is really nice and easy, and we're gonna slowly just lay this down, and we've got a nice straight installation right now. There we go. So then what we want to do is just make sure we press in as much as we can with our hands, and then for the first few hours it's great if you've got something a little bit heavy. I've got a little toolbox here. I'm just going to leave that toolbox on there just to make sure everything stays intact and puts a little bit of pressure on there. Again, you do need 72 hours for this to develop full bond, but within the first day, you're fully intact for sure. But you should not go on the water unless you've had 72 hours of full bonding with this adapter. All right, now that it's been 72 hours and our adapter is well cured and attached to our kayak, what we're gonna do is put the motor on our fin adapter. This is just our standard slide and lock fin adapter. We're gonna put that on our motor. We're gonna put our motor on the kayak and get on the water. Just remember the direction. So this fin adapter is going in with the flat side out. And of course we want the motor pointing backwards. So we're doing it like that, okay? Just like that. Do have a set of nuts and bolts that ships with your adapter and with the K1 motor. So if you notice, you'll see that 2 of these are a little bit longer and 2 are a little bit shorter. Our longer ones are going to go in the front and our shorter ones are going to be in the rear of the adapter. So there's our long one and there's our short bolts. We're going to go right in there. I'm going to go ahead and tighten those with the bolts. And really the only tool we've used for this entire adapter has been this Phillips screwdriver. And that's about it. All right, our adapter is on. We're going to slide it in to the fin box. We do have this key here that's going to go in there and lock everything up. And now your motor is nice and secure, and you're going to be able to run this wire on the side of your kayak into your kayak and have your P378 sitting inside the kayak, probably behind your seat or somewhere tucked away into the bottom back of the kayak. Plug it in, you got your remote, and you're good to go. Thanks for spending some time with us today, guys. We're super excited about releasing this adapter. This adapter obviously fits this Oru kayak in addition to other Oru kayaks and pretty much anything else with a hard flat surface. So we're excited to see what you guys come up with and how you use this adapter to motorize different things. Always share your adventures with us. If you have any other questions or you need any other information about this adapter or anything else, hit us up in our social media or links below or by email. Otherwise, see you on the water.